Hi there, boys and girls. Good to see you again. I'm excited to go ahead and read some more on Jeannie B to you. So we're going to pick up with Chapter 2, Paradise, and I showed you that title the other day. The children wrote in their journals forever, it seemed. Then finally, they started to finish. And at last, it was time for show and tell. My legs sprang up, and they ran me to the front of the room. Then I flinged myself in the air again, and I shouted, "Vacation, vacation, I'm going on a vacation." Only too bad for me, because when I came down from my fling, I lost my balance, and I landed on the floor again. This time, room one laughed their heads off. I tapped my fingers, real annoyed. "Okay, I've really got to knock off the flinging," I said to just myself. Mr. Scary quieted everyone down. "Boys and girls, the reason Jeannie B is so excited today is that she didn't find out about her vacation until just last night." He winked at me. "Tell everyone where you're going, Jeannie B." I took a big breath. Then the words came hollering out. "Hawaii, people! I'm going to Hawaii, and I am going this very exact Sunday." All of the children's mouths fell open, except for not Richie Lucille's. Instead, Lucille stretched her arms in the air and she did a giant yawn. "Hawaii, ho-hum, been there, done that," she said, real bored. Then she stood up and she twirled around and she sat back down again. My friend named Shirley stood up too. "Well, I've never been there," she said. "I can't believe it, Jeannie B. You're really going to Hawaii." "Yes, Shirley, really," I said. "This was the biggest surprise of my career, I tell you. On account of last night, Daddy said he is going on a job interview in Hawaii, and he surprised me and Mother with 2 extra tickets." I skipped around my teacher, very joyful. "And that is not even the bestest part yet," I said, "because Daddy told me that the trip is for big people only, and so my baby brother named Ollie is not even allowed." Room 1 looked shocked at that information. "Wow," said my friend Jose. "You mean you're big people, Jeannie B?" I nodded my head real fast. "Oh, yes, Jose, I am big people, all right," I said. "That's how come I got to read the travel booklet with Mother last night. And the travel booklet says Hawaii is a real, actual paradise." Mr. Scary grinned. "A paradise, huh? That's a great word, Junie B. Does everyone know what a paradise is?" Sheldon shot his hand in the air. I do, he shouted. "My grandpa, Ned Potts, has a paradise. He used to play craps at the gambling casino, but then someone squealed to Grandma, and so now he's not allowed out at night anymore." May jumped up and pointed. "Sheldon said a bad word, Sheldon said a bad word," she rattled real loud. Mr. Scary stared at her. "May, dear, I'm very sorry to ruin this special tattling moment for you," he said, "but Sheldon did not say a bad word. Craps is a dice game that's played at gambling casinos." May stood there a second. "Well, at least I gave it a shot," she said. Then she did a shrug and sat back down. After that, Mr. Scary printed the word paradise on the board. He turned and looked at Sheldon. "And Sheldon, my friends," he said, "the word is paradise, not paradise." Sheldon did a shrug too. "I don't think Grandma really cares how you spell it," he said. "Grandpa's still not getting out at night." Mr. Scary closed his eyes a minute. Then he went to the sink and he got a drink of water. On his way back, he stopped at the world map on our bulletin board and he showed room 1 where Hawaii is. "Boys and girls, these Pacific Islands are the main islands that make up the state of Hawaii," he told us. He got the world globe off the shelf and he asked me to carry it around to show the children. I stopped at each desk. "Whoa," said Roger. "Hawaii looks like a bunch of little dots floating in the ocean." I nodded. "I know it, Roger," I said, "but my mother said the dots are bigger in person." Mr. Scary laughed. "Oh, they're much bigger in person, Jeannie B, and they're not really floating, Roger, so don't worry. Our friend Jeannie B won't be drifting away." May did a grumpy noise. "Phooey," she said. I ignored that situation. Instead, I put the globe back and I went to the front of the room again. "I know other information about Hawaii, too," I said. "Mother read that there's lots of flowers and birds there. Plus, also, she read that Hawaii was formed by exploding volcanoes." I thought for a second. She read a bunch of other junk, too. But I finally got bored and turned her out. Mr. Scary did a chuckle. Well, volcanoes are pretty interesting, really. When volcanoes erupt, they spew out lava, and over millions of years, lava can form land masses, he explained. As a matter of fact, there are still 2 active volcanoes in Hawaii right now. I stood there real quiet, and I let that information sink into my head. Then all of a sudden, I did a little shiver. Okay, see, I wasn't actually aware of an eruption problem, I said. May jumped up again. Well, I'm sure glad that I'm not going to Hawaii, she hollered. Who wants to get erupted on by a spewy hot volcano? Getting erupted on by a spewy hot volcano would ruin your whole vacation trip. Mr. Scary sucked in his cheeks. Junie B is not going to get erupted on in a spewy hot volcano, May, he said. There are no active volcanoes on the island where Junie B is going. May thought a minute. Okay, fine, but let's just say she did get erupted on by a spewy hot volcano. That would definitely ruin her whole vacation trip. True or false? Mr. Scary went to the sink again. This time he splashed water on his face. After he dried off, he put May back in her chair. I waved my hand to talk some more. Yeah, only I didn't even tell everyone the most exciting part yet. 'Cause guess how I'm getting to Hawaii, people. Guess, I said. No, wait, I will give you a hint. After that, I straightened out my arms like wings, and I zoomed around room 1. All right, we're going to stop there for today. We'll pick up and read a little bit more. I'm going to probably try to read to you almost every day so we can get the book finished before the end of the school year. All right, bye for now.